Hey everybody! My name is Haley, and I love hunting for treasure and all things ancient. And I've discovered a very ancient flower! So, I've got a flower pot, some dirt, and some seeds. Let's get digging. These seeds are for a flower called King Solomon's seal. So, they should remind us to have wisdom. Wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. King Solomon is thought to be one of the wisest men who ever lived. Some say this very plant was growing in King Solomon's royal palace. 1, 2, 3! Ta-da! While Solomon was king, he built a palace and a temple for God, and he ruled wisely for 40 years. 1, 2, and 3. Ta-da! Next, we smooth it over. There you go, little guys. Go to sleep. Good night. There. Now we wait for it to grow. I'm watching you. Oh, nothing's growing. What am I missing? Oh, Haley, how can I forget? Every seed needs water to grow. King Solomon would have remembered that. Yay! Sometimes I wish I could be wise like King Solomon. Do you ever wonder how he got to be so wise? Well, we'll find out in today's story. I suspect I'll be admiring my flowers when you get back. See ya! Oh, I think I saw something! Nope. Soon as you get back. Hurry back.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of 1 Kings, chapter 3, verses 4 through 28.
Imagine this. You're in a deep sleep, dreaming, when all of a sudden, the creator of the universe shows up and says,
"Ask me for anything."
Anything. You could ask for anything in the world and have it. What would you say? Perhaps you'd request an unlimited Amazon account where you could get whatever you want for free. Or perhaps you'd request a flying race car that could be dropped off at the moon or on the beach. Or you could ask to be the most popular kid in school forever. This might sound like a fairy tale, but it's true. It actually happened to a young man named Solomon. When King David died, his son Solomon became king.
What are your royal orders, Most Royal Highness? I'm not sure. I've never been king before.
Though Solomon was young and inexperienced, his father, King David, taught him to listen to God's words. So, Solomon showed his love for God by obeying his laws.
I want to thank the Lord for everything He has done for my family.
Solomon traveled to the city of Gibeon, where he offered 1,000 burnt sacrifices to honor God.
There is no one like you, God.
That night, Solomon sank into a deep sleep, and the Lord appeared before him in a dream.
Ask for anything you want me to give you.
1,000 ideas must have exploded into Solomon's head. Gold, power, life forever. But instead, he said,
Lord, you have made me a great king, but I'm only a little child. I don't know how to carry out my duties. I'm here among the people that you have chosen. They are a great nation, so give me a heart that understands. Then I can rule over your people. I can tell the difference between what is right and what is wrong.
It was a simple request, but one that would change Solomon's life forever.
You have not asked to live for a long time. You have not asked to be wealthy. You have not even asked to have your enemies killed. Instead, you have asked for wisdom. I will give you a wise and understanding heart, As long as you live, no other king will be as great as you are.
As the dream faded, Solomon woke with a start.
Was that real? That was real!
Amazed, Solomon returned to Jerusalem, where he once more gave sacrifices to honor God and held a great feast for all his officials.
What are we celebrating, Your Most Royal Highness?
God has promised to give me wisdom to lead the kingdom.
How is that working out for you?
Well, it was in a dream.
Ah, I see.
Perhaps Solomon wondered at first whether he really had received wisdom from God, but this was soon put to the test.
Your Most Royal Highness, you must help the people solve their problems.
I'll do my best, with God's help.
First order of business, we have these two ladies here. State your business, please.
My friend and I... Okay, so she's not my friend anymore. Speak for yourself. I'm trying to. We live in the same home, and we both had baby boys. But her baby died, and so she took my boy in the night, and now she says my baby is hers. See? That's not her baby.
No way. This baby is my son.
Is not.
Is too.
Ladies!
Solomon turned to the first woman.
You say my son is the living baby, but your friend says the baby is her son.
That's a lie.
Is not.
Is too.
God gave Solomon a wise idea.
Bring me a sword.
An official quickly brought the king's shining sword.
Your royal sword, Your Royal Highness.
Solomon studied the two women carefully.
Excellent. Now, cut the baby in two parts. Give one half to the first woman and one half to the second.
Solomon had no intention of harming the baby, but he knew this was the way to find the truth.
No! Give her the baby. Don't kill him.
Oh, whatever. Neither of us will get the baby.
Solomon could instantly see which woman truly cared about the baby.
Give the boy to the first woman here. She is his mother.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
No fair. That was totally a trick.
The baby was given to his true mother. All the Israelites heard about Solomon's decision and trusted that he would judge them fairly too. God made Solomon so wise that his understanding couldn't even be measured, like the sands on the seashore.
So, plants need water to grow. You know what else they need? Time. You can't just plant a seed and expect it to grow immediately. In fact, this plant's seeds takes at least 2 years before they sprout. That's a lot of waiting. Waiting for wisdom can feel like that. When Solomon asked God for wisdom, chances are he didn't wake up the next morning as one of the wisest men on earth. No, it took time for his wisdom to grow. The good news is that we can ask God for wisdom. Jesus' brother James once wrote, "If any of you needs wisdom, you should ask God for it. He will give it to you." Maybe wisdom will just pop into your head right when you need it. Or maybe your wisdom will grow gradually like a flower as you learn from the people you meet, the mistakes you make, and the things you experience. No matter what though, you can trust God to give you wisdom. That's the one thing to remember today. Trust God to give you wisdom. When you have a tough decision to make or some problem that you're dealing with, talk to God about it. Ask Him for the wisdom to know what to do. Then look and listen. If you're having trouble understanding what God is trying to show you, ask someone you trust to help. Wisdom may not come as soon as you think or in the way you think it will, but keep digging. God wants to share His wisdom with you. So, looks like these little flowers aren't gonna grow while I watch. It's gonna take some more time. Check back with me in 2 years, and I will see you then. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn on a light. Okay, here we go. Oh, hi. Hey there. I'm really digging deep this week. As you can tell, I'm inside of a tunnel. And unfortunately, I think I'm stuck. Wow, this is really tight. Whew. Okay, have you ever heard of the word claustrophobia? Yeah, it's where somebody is really, really scared of tight places and small places, and they think like the walls are closing in on them, and they run out of an ability to breathe, and I never thought I'd be like that, but I think I'm starting to become that. Help! Help! Somebody please! Come help me! I've dug too deep and I can't get up!
John?
Is that an angel?
No, John, it's me. What are you doing in there?
I'm stuck. I've dug deep and I can't get up. Help me.
Man.
I can't dig out.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon.
And I'm John.
This is the So-and-So Show.
Are you so or so?
Oh, I'm so.
Ah, good. That makes things way more clear. How did we come up with the show's name in the first place?
I don't know. It's probably just something that I came up with.
Oh, yeah. Wait, why would it be something you came up with?
Well, when it comes to the show, I'm kind of the creative force behind it, so.
How do you figure that?
How do I figure what?
How do you figure that you're the creative force behind the show?
Well, I came up with the title.
Oh, that's speculation. Besides, people don't tune in for your creativity. They tune in for my hijinks. That's why I'm here.
The show was my idea.
The show was my idea.
There is only one way to solve this.
You're right. One way. Splitting the studio down the middle like a late 80s sitcom. That was my idea. Stop copying me. Ah!
I'll get the tape.
And I'll fast forward in time. Star Wipe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Brandon Show. I am your host, the inimitable Brandon. Today, we are diving deep into the recesses of our minds.
Cannonball! Woo! Come on!
John, do not do this.
Why not? It's time for some hijinks. Besides, you have no control over my show. Because my show is called John Show is Better Than Brandon's Show. Woo! Here we go. Ooh. Actually, look.
What am I looking at?
The camera is on my side of the room.
No. The camera is off limits. Neither one of us can have a show without
You should have thought about that before you agreed to this contrived comedic situation. This was all part of my plan because wisdom is a John thing.
All right, fine. Okay, you've got the cameras, but all the sound equipment is on my side.
Who needs sound equipment?
You're still showing him. No. Welcome again to my wonderful show. And an example of verbal dexterity not seen since my sophomore year in high school, I shall sing the Major General song from Pirates of Penzance. I am the very model of a modern Major General. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo and orders categorical. It's been a long time since I've done this, so I only remember the first 4 lines. You won't have a problem hearing those 5 or 6 times, right? So here we go. I am the very model of the modern... This isn't working, is it?
We need to think of something else. Maybe we can go to Bible time.
John, no one can hear you, all right? But hey, I've got an idea. We should go to Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey guys. Guy. Question. Why is there only one of you?
I am also here.
Oh, let me guess. The thing where you put a line of tape in the middle of the room and split everything 50-50, and things aren't going the way you planned?
How did you know?
Let's just say I've watched a TV show or two in my time. But luckily, you might be able to take away something from today's story. We're talking about a wise ruler and one of the hardest problems he ever untangled. And we're doing it with the help of our very own So and So Show players.
Hooray!
Okay, the star of our story today is King Solomon. Now, Solomon was the son of David, who was a very important king. Solomon had a front row seat to his father's reign and picked up a tip or two on what it meant to be a good king.
Tip number 1, always give away the full-size candy bars at Halloween. It's worth the extra price.
But Solomon didn't just get insight from watching his father. One night, God appeared to Solomon in a dream. Now, in the dream, the Lord said to Solomon, "Ask for anything you want me to give you."
Anything?
Solomon thought about what he would need to be a good ruler.
Lord, you've made me king, but I'm still very young. Give me a heart that understands. That way I can rule over your people. I can tell the difference between what is right and what is wrong.
What an incredible thing to ask for. Solomon could have asked for riches or power. He could have asked to be a foot taller or to live for 1,000 years. But instead, he asked for wisdom. The Lord was so pleased with Solomon's request, he promised to give him wisdom. And not only that, God told Solomon, "I will give you what you have not asked for. I will give you wealth and honor. As long as you live, no other king will be as great as you are."
Wow, this is great. Somebody pinch me, I must be dreaming. Ah!
Solomon realized he had been dreaming, but it was much more than a dream. His wisdom was quickly put to the test. He was approached by two women.
You, oh, my king!
My king!
My king!
My king!
Hey, my king! My king. This woman and I live in the same house, and she is insisting that this is hers.
It is mine. It looks just like me.
What does that?
Yes, it does.
Go by.
Hey! What are we arguing about?
An X-Station Playbox 10!
What?
Oh.
Pause for 1 second. Okay, so in the Bible, the two women are arguing over which one of them was the mother of a newborn baby, not a video game console. But the story gets kind of intense, which isn't necessarily the tone of the So-and-So Show players. So,
An X-Station Playbox 10.
Solomon was in a jam. How could he possibly know who the baby belonged to? The stakes were sky high. So Solomon took a pretty wild shot.
Bring me a sword!
What are you doing?
I'm going to cut the X-Station Playbox 10 in half. It's the only fair way to settle this. That way, you both have half.
Sounds good to me. Half is better than none.
Wait! If you cut it in half, it won't work.
I know, but I don't know what you want me to do.
Your Majesty, wait. Give her the X-Station Playbox 10. If you cut it in half, it'll be destroyed and no one will get to enjoy the mix of next-gen graphics and high ultra processing power. She will have stolen it from me. But I care more about the X-Station Playbox 10's happiness than I do mine.
Right. It belongs to her.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's not fair at all. No.
I did right by that baby. Yep. X Station Playbox 10. What's next?
The end. Let's give a big round of applause for the So-and-So Show players. All right, let's think about how wild Solomon's suggestion was. He said to cut a baby in half. That's nuts. But he would have never hurt the child. It was a test. Solomon was thoughtful about the problem, and he was kind to the real mother who was in a bit of a bind, and he trusted God for wisdom. Those are the qualities you need as a follower of Jesus. You'll have hard decisions too, but when you listen to God and the wisdom of the people he puts in your life, more often than not, you'll make a good choice. I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Kellen.
That was pretty appropriate for us. I'm glad we decided to put all this behind us.
That's right. Obviously, we can disagree about things, but cutting each other off completely isn't wise.
A house divided against itself cannot stand.
Did you just come up with that yourself?
No, Jonathan, that was from my freshman production of...
Reveal the question!
Today's question is, why do you need wisdom?
Well, if you get into a fight with your friend, wisdom is the thing telling you to apologize.
Yep. Or the thing telling you shouldn't eat cookies before dinner.
Yeah. Wisdom is knowing when something is right or wrong.
Splitting your room down the middle with tape is not wise, and it's a huge waste of tape.
That's very true. Wisdom, it's a John thing.
Also a Brandon thing.
And hopefully a you thing.
Until next time, I'm Brandon.
And I'm John.
This was the So-and-So Show. Have a great day.
You have a great day. Tape ball. Oh, I was hoping it would stick.
Woohoo! It's me, John, everybody. Welcome to the John Show is Better Than Brandon Show.
Hey, you want to see a magic trick? Watch what I pull out of my sleeve. It's my sweat.
Okay, here's a burpee for you. Number one. That's all I got.